putting him under real pressure down into bottom bend. Neil, that's Matt Neil being turned sideways into bottom bend.
And they're on board with Phil Bennett in his first touring car round, and a big bang on the right-hand side of his Vauxhall Astra.
Now he gets down into bottom bend and repays that favour. Matt Neil on the right-hand side. Absolutely shovel round, excuse me.
Well, what a way to start your career. Bang, there you see Matt Neil. He just slides into the side of Bennett, now down into bottom bend.
You think that was easy, Matt? Oh, really? Try this for size. That's what my Vauxhall tastes like.
Of cars side by side over Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. And the first roller at the bottom of Paddock Hill Bend. That was Paul O'Neill. Got a bit of a tap, brought out the safety cuts between the two yellow Ford Focuses as the rest of the field streamed down. And there, Colin Blair. That was almost a carbon copy of Paul O'Neill's accident, exactly the same place, but a couple of laps later he got tangled up with one of the Honda Accords. Now there goes Gavin Piper. His afternoon went from bad to worst as well.
James Thompson, cracking stuff from him. Nice pass over the top of the hill, and we've got a spinner already. That's Addington. James Kay, second position in the production class. Right behind, well, not right behind anymore. That's Harrison off. The leader of the production class off, as was his wheel, after just over the top of Paddock Hill.
Scary moment for Simon Harrison. The left front wheel, there you see it rolling down the gravel trap.
But these boys have got to unlap themselves. These are our race leaders. There is our race leader. That's Kate on the inside of Moen, and he's tagged him and turned him around across the sea. It's not over yet. He's just climbing all over the front of it. Amazing stuff through the chicane. What on earth is that all about?
That's just animal, and I'll tell you what, it should be in a cage. Moen and Kate got involved, and Kate just drove that Peugeot further on the grass. Then he pays the penalty, rides the guard up in the air. Well, that's a photograph he'll have for his scrapbroken years to come, but one in Loppy.
Up on Collard in the Renault as he negotiates his way through. That's Howell in the forward focus, and Howell and Collard make contact going into the... Oh, and he's sliding through the infield. Broken front suspension, and he was taken out again.
Well, some might say that was justice, but certainly the contact going into the Campbell.
Collard's running around the outside of him side by side, giving him a little bit of a nip and tuck. He's actually giving him a real hip and shoulder. Oh, push me off, will you, says Bordman. Take that, mister.
Some real pressure, Jason. Plato lurking there as well, and while this is all going on, he's trying to look forwards as well, and James Thompson has lost the place, and he's tagged his teammate maybe. Left-hander in a minute, lunges down the inside, contact, what do you mind? Piper moves to the outside, see what he can do, turn in, whoa, excuse me. No, in car with Tom Bordman, and that's one of the focuses going off. That's Jackson. A bit of an impact there.
Coming down into the hairpin, Eves on the left, gives Kurt Luby a little bit of a shuffle along high. Well, excuse me, and slides through.
On those production cars and this circuit with this lap time, it's going to be really, really tough. Yeah, and again, oh, and look, somebody's gone off.
Off backwards, Phil Bennett. Very high-speed reverse park. What happened?
Well, let's just listen to Bennett. Well, there you go. That's a gearbox full of neutral. Suddenly, the back end's going faster than the front of the car, and off it goes into the gravel, and has gained some positions, but he may get a penalty as a result of all that.
Well, very rough and tumble. Big contact in front. That's Kate going off.
James Thompson just slotting it there. On board with Kurt Luby, and we've lost it. Into the first corner. The production boys haven't started yet. Very focusing moment. This is our race leader at the moment. The production car driven by Simon Harrison is in the lead, and that's one of them off early. That's Alan taking a shortcut to the grass. It's the Tom Bordman, Rob Collard show, and they are always highly entertaining. The pair of them, and Bordman is run wide, kicking up the gravel all over the place. Ride him, cowboy. Big right-hander here. The guys up in front can't see anything. So that's Soper. He's across. It looked like Thompson, I think he took out. Luby was on the right-hand side of the screen.
Gavin Piper in the red Alpha. You think it's confusing? So do we. Puff of smoke. There goes Piper. Unforced error. Snatches defeat from the jaws of victory.
That's what we're seeing at the minute.
Strong indeed, but Jackson is sideways. He's moved sideways. Graves alongside. Contact. He picks up. Now here's another look.
Yeah, you can see Jackson. He gets out of shape as he cuts across the track. Graves comes on all of his own, then gets slapped in the side.
And back. Now there's Kurt Luby on board with Bennett, and he hits him, pushes him wide. Luby's off. Bennett's around.
Luby drives down the inside of Bennett. Bennett gets sideways, but he does the right thing. He just floors the throttle.
Jackson is challenging for the lead in production. He's got past Graves. They've touched, and he's off. That's Graves and Gavin Piper. Gavin Piper got a bit of a tank slapper. Whoa, what was that all about?
Somebody's shimmying around in the track. Then Piper comes across to the left as if Graves isn't there. Slams into the right-hand side of the Honda. spins himself round.
Gavin Piper, meantime, he's a busy boy. Busy boy, he's off.
I don't know what he's doing.
As long as he can see enough track through the windscreen, that'll do him. Side window, he knows it's bad. And Gareth Howe, what on earth is going on? Wakey, wakey sunshine.
Well, either his hand missed the gear lever, he doesn't know how to change gear. But all of a sudden, on the dirty stuff, then into the gravel, into the barrier.
Both pressuring him coming up into McLean's. He's one out and one back, hung out to dry there and turned around as well. Lost two positions, that was contact with Soper.
And Steve Super taught him another lesson, there it is. Vauxhall, Peugeot contact, round the Vauxhall goes.
Having a good race. Meantime, more teammates at play. That's Muller and Plato, and Plato's tagged him. If Han Muller just gets hooked on the rear bumper, Plato through.
There's Plato's car, comes out, he's having trouble slowing down. He locks up eventually, whack into the back of Muller's car, and there, the bumper. Well, he's having a ball, but look at the two Vauxhall drivers.
They're having a dance of their own. Oh, bang, excuse.
Look at the slide, way out to the left. Plato dives down the inside. I can't believe the cut that Slide made, and bang! That's Thompson into Plato's right-hand side.
Race leader, production leader, Simon Harrison. Problems, big problems. That's the Melbourne Loop.
Looks like Harrison just locked up the rear brakes. The tail swung out, trying to get into the action.
I'll have a bit of that, he says. Banging panels side by side. Cuts back, Bennett stands on the gas, up the hill, bang, contact! And they are both off. What was that all about?
Well, very simply, Bennett was trying to defend not just into the corner, but out of the corner. But watch, Bennett out on the left. Super gets to run up the inside. Bennett then cuts across to stop Super. Super, of course, on full power and accelerating quicker than Bennett.
Big lock-up, that's Dan Eaves. That was quite a hard hit. Straight into the wall there at Duffus. On board, let's have a listen. Now Thompson trying to get past Moen, and he's tagged him. Very unfortunate, they're just coming through Clark. Thompson just catching the... Up the hill for the first time now. Colin Blair, contact there, that's Colin Blair off sideways, and he's off. That's a very big off.
And if you want to see a car going at 100 miles an hour in reverse, there you've seen it. Colin Blair spins, rolls, ends up on his side.
Real pressure now, meantime, in the production battle. Shedden in the focus, Graves turns in, and he's nailed him. Really big hit going into the hairpin. Shedden still running, so is Graves. Graves just, well, that's one way to get through.
Yeah, but you have to say also that Shedden probably found reverse gear and not second gear.
Well, it hasn't worked, and Graves is off. Unbelievable. Down into Duffus. Keep it rolling, son. Keep it rolling.
You could be in big trouble.
Ain't over yet. Here's more action. Tom Bordman, Colin Blair, side by side. Bit of contact. They've got to turn right. He's turned him inwards. This is Blair home circuit, and Blair's off. Welcome home, matey. Really big pressure. That's a defensive line. Meantime, we've got a spinner there. That's Allen. Round and round. Which way am I facing?
And got to wash some speed off for the left hand. Hey, watch out, Tom. That was Van Muller having quite a focusing moment there. And then Muller has tagged Kramer. Kramer's off. No, he's on. No, he's off. No, he's on. Right, cowboy. And that's what James can see. Kramer going off and coming back on again and going off again, just ducking the pendulum swing of that Ford Focus. Right-hander coming up. Is he through? Yes, he is. Bill Bennett up into the lead. Hot stuff. Bennett on the outside. Well, I spoke too soon. Tagged him. That's Plato and Bennett has been shuffled into the infield. Slithering across the grass. This is just going on and on and on. Now Plato and Muller are going to be coming around here somewhere.
Plato runs up the inside, tags him on the right rear, and then just simply forces the Vauxhall sideways with the nose of his car. Now that is out of order, Jason. You should know that.
Now side by side, here they go. There's Plato and Muller, teammates. No one bothering with the track whatsoever. Banging over the mud.
Maybe this is going to be a better ending for him.
Out through Coram, fast part of the circuit. Hey, and he's off. That's Eaves wide. Very big hit. Off backwards into the wall at Coram. Big spin around as we saw.
I don't know why, he just comes around the corner. He's wide again in the middle part of the corner. Of course, it's wet there on slick tires. The grass is soaking wet. Car hits the barrier so hard, throws it up in the air, spins it round, lands and keeps spinning. Really tops and tails the Peugeot. Now the grey part of the track's dry, the dark part's wet. Dan just gets those two left wheels on the wet part, and there you see, it just goes ballistic.
There is Jason Plato, the man on the screen, and there's another one off. That's Collard. Collard in the Renault. Boy, was that close. Trying to stay in touch with Jason Plato. Feeding once again around Coram, and he's running wide, and there's Dan Eve's car, and that is just too close. Oh boy, and this is going on and on and on. Finally pirouettes around on the grass, back again. Now we're going into the first corner. Now let's see what, there's Tom Bordman, contact there. Just gets tagged, spins to the infield. Look at the gap, he's way behind.
Indeed, but it was very confusing, particularly for the touring cars.
Pretty confusing there for Roger Mines as well. Just getting tagged by... Oh, just missing those tyres. We've lost it. Oh, that Armco looks so close. Phil Bennett, under the circumstances. Simon Graves does exactly the same thing.
I don't know what Graves is going to say because...
And there's real pressure as well. That's Bennett, and Soper tags him, pushes him, and again, hip and shoulder, pushed wide. Now, and Soper fights back. Soper nails Phil Bennett straight into the back of the car. Soper's in front, Bennett still going, well, I'll have a bit of that, says Tom Ferrier. Looks...
This is the third time these drivers have got together. Started at Donington, carried on at Knock Hill, and of course here now in Croft.
That's what they used to look like, and he's off. Phil Bennett absolutely sideways. Save of the day. He's brought it back from nowhere.
I bet you he didn't even know where he was. There's so much spray out there. He just floored the throttle and the car straightened itself up.
Now lunging down the inside of Tim Harvey. Tower bend. Straight ahead. He's off. Dear me, can he keep it running? Can he? No, he's just caught in that mud. That's the end of it. Now, here's another look through the chicane. Stands on the gas and saves it.
Yeah, he did. That's all you can do in a front-wheel drive touring cars. Nail the throttle. It will sort itself out. But look at those conditions.
Two wheels on the grass. Oh, dear me, straight across. And there's Jackson. And he's run very wide as Tim Edwards Jr. He's clubbed the pylon at the end of the pit straight, and he's still running. Jackson's in front. No, he's not. Edwards is back in front.
Look, over the gravel, doesn't really slow down very much. Sideswipes the tyres. Then he has another go at the barrier, and he still keeps going. His boots flatten the throttle.
Problem, big problem. I got it. I've got it. No, I haven't.
It just looked like he'd lost all commitment into the corner. Too many more points.
Okay, Plato to the right, Muller's stuck to the left, Muller's on the grass, Muller's off! Sliding down the inside, the field is streaming down through Cascades now, it's got to be close. Wow, that was James Thompson just missing Van Muller.
Plato gets a good run off Old Hole, gets alongside Prio. Muller thinks he can go the long way around, but once on the grass, it is history. The car spins. Look at the tufts of grass and mud everywhere, back across the track. Somewhere, James Thompson got through. How he missed him, I don't know. Here's what happens coming down from Cascades. The tap on the back from Harrison on Mahan. Now, Mohan should have lost that car, but he just floors the throttle, which you do in front-wheel drive. Here's the onboard view from Piper's car. There's the Honda going down the inside. Jackson on line, bang in the right rear corner. Jackson's furious. Graves has picked up one position.
Now Gavin Piper moving up on the inside of Tom Bordman. And there goes James Kay. Looks like it's fun to leap off the track. I think it was unassisted.
Well, we have to wait and see on that one. Certainly hard to tell whether that was forced or unforced. But here's the onboard view. James Kay coming up into priority bumps, and all of a sudden back goes to the front and he's into the gravel.
Behind him, but well, there you go, all by himself. How's it going to sort itself out? Round the first corner fine, on board with Tommy Erdos. Contact, that's Soper and Thompson. Now Soper's off to the infield, everyone else still running, that's great. Someone else has taken to the sand dunes, that's Andy Templeton in the... Now let's try to piece this together. On board with Gavin Piper, let's look ahead. Now that was O'Neill and Graves. Now let's have another look. Graves and O'Neill again. On board with Roger Mohan. Soper goes through. Okay, we've seen that first bit of contact. Bang! Nice performance there from the Peugeot. Oh, there's some contact between the MGs. Don't take each other out, boys. You're trying to get that.
Here we come up into Priory corner. Reid puts his car inside. Well, he was far enough forward. You know, in these situations, you've got to decide, am I going to shut the door?
Muller after bridge, left-hander. This is his opportunity. Contact, though. Plato's through. Contact with Muller and Plato. Coming into Redgate for the first time, a bit of a touch from behind as well. Phil Bennett, great start from him. And James Thompson, who was doing well, he's been turned around. I think that was contact with Soper.
That time, Jason, well, again, guilty. That's my verdict.
And he's off, Waddy, look! Eves has just been tagged by Plato down into the old hairpin, really fast part of the circuit. He's fine, just backed off into the gravel trap. Now here's the view from Plato's car.
Dan Eves leads as they come through Craner curves on the brakes, and then Plato uses the Peugeot to slow his Vauxhall down. Eves coming, and then all of a sudden, bang in the back, and it's signs everywhere, and Eves is out of the race.
Well, he might have got the 2 points for the cannon, mate, but he's certainly got the...
It's now virtually on level with the Vauxhall team.
Now, Muller down the inside of Bennett. Goddard tagged him. Bennett round, Muller through.
It was inevitable.
And Simon Graves is off. That's exactly the same spot. Oh, dear me. Sliding off sideways up into McLean. Down into the old hairpin. Turns in tight. Ahead of us, that's John B&Q. Oh, dear me. Nowhere to go.
Well, what was that all about? I mean, John B&Q was driving slowly around the exit.
Anthony Reid, and I think it's actually cost him a bit of time because Bennett is moving up on the inside of him. On the inside of him, contact. Bennett nearly drives over the top of him. Reid spins. Can he hold it? Oh, forget it. Right rear's off.
He wasn't prepared to concede momentum. He just kept his boot in it, made contact, but then whack there. Left rear to right rear. That's what caused. Look, you see the wheel? That's Anthony Reid's rear suspension, as it should not be. It's broken. That's the result.
And here's another result. Same thing. Allen. Oh, dear me. That was as close as you like. Nearly eaten alive by Blair and the Alva. I think I got it. I think I got it. Slide, slide. There you go. It was the Honda pendulum. Now, Bennett going, please. Try to keep it together, gentlemen. Bennett's off. Off into the gravel. This is Copper's corner. The next corner after McLean's. He's still running. Never say die.
Appear to be more affected by the rain than other parts of the circuit.
Yeah, as Tom Ferrier helpfully demonstrates for us, and indeed does Dan Eves. I mean, they all want to play in the sandpit together. There's contact there. That's Hughes in the MG. Big sideways there. Got tagged on the way down. Nice save, Tom Bordman.
This incident occurred because Sutcliffe stalled. Everybody spreads out, fans out. Jackson finds himself with nowhere to go except the barrier on the right. There you see Sutcliffe's Lexus stranded in the middle of the track. Cars to the left, cars to the right. Jackson up the back of the Peugeot. And then it goes on. You can see the sheen in the road as they come through Graham Bend. He just aquaplaned off.
Same as this bloke. Slithering up through the sign, up towards the barrier. Ooh, that'll hurt. Big hit. Bowen as well.
The Soper had this accident, and it come more and more water, and then there was a little river, and I just aquaplaned off the track and hit the barrier quite hard.
No control whatsoever, off into the barriers.
And James Kay as well. James Kay is off Paddock Hill Bend into the gravel.
What a bang!
Now here's Phil Bennett's view. It was contact with Phil Bennett.
Right rear of the Peugeot, left front of the Vauxhall. Here's the other view from on board with Dan Eves. Well, Bennett's on the right-hand side, super.
Trying to run around the outside. Now he's down the inside. He's taken the W. Plato's off. Unbelievable. Plato's gone straight across there. Unforced error. Keep it moving, mate. Keep it moving.
Turns in. There's a river running across. He catches the curb. All of a sudden, the car goes sideways. Now he floors the throttle, which is what you do in front-wheel drive. Then lifts off. The car spins harmlessly. Oh, how close can you get to that?
Oh, look at this. Is the view from James Thompson's car. Up, periscope. Bang! He's run into the back of the Proton trying to get through at bottom bend. One more step up the rank for Jason Plato. This gap is closing. This jet, oh look! That's one of the Hondas. That's Graves off, and he's nerfed the wall backwards going down through Paddock. Well, the man who's shining above everybody at the moment, we just saw him flash past us, Tom Bordman. And a boy, catch it the other way. Come on, Tom, you can do it. And again the other way. Follow the pen.